super chat rolling in here from Josiah. Hashtag Raiders, should we get Jalen Smith? Tom just said, ha. I don't really think there's no way you can do it. The Cowboys, they signed him last year to a very, very long deal. But also this, let's say if the Raiders wanted to trade for him, you'd have to give up a lot for a player who, in my opinion, did not play all that well last season. So for me, I'm good on Jalen Smith. Got a super chat coming in from Tedford Bond Patriot, who's always good for his $20 super chat. I took a Tom Brady and I wiped my AB. I feel better now. Touche. That's really clever. To get your questions on the show, use hashtag FA to get your free agency questions, or you can send in a $20 super chat. If anybody sends in a $50 super chat, I've been told that it's the only way I'm allowed to chug a beer. So use hashtag FA to get your questions featured on the show here right now on the Raiders Report. What up, Joseph182? Raiders should sign Cory Littleton and draft Patrick Queen at 19. I think if we go out and sign Littleton, who is the top right now linebacking free agent, I don't know if I'm necessarily on board then for them drafting Queen at 19. I'm not saying that they're the exact same player, but Patrick Queen to me is a very, very versatile linebacker, but I'm not really willing to reach at 19. I think you roll the dice and hopefully he's there for you. Or, not roll the dice. Hopefully another team, if he's not there, how do I want to say this? Hopefully the Raiders then can trade back, maybe get a late first, early second, and then you go out and get Patrick Queen. That's how I get Queen on the team. Next question. Joseph, sorry, that one tripped me up. King Higgins, best free agent in the secondary that the Raiders could realistically target. I think it's Byron Jones. We put out a video on Byron Jones on our main chat sports channel, the top teams to go out and get him. The Raiders have plenty of money. They have a definite big need there at cornerback, and I think another player that you could look that the Raiders go out and get, it's Anthony Harris. Again, if you miss on Byron Jones, you can save up at safety to go out and get Harris. As much as I like Carl Joseph, I think that they're going to let him go. They're going to let him walk, test free agency. Go out and get Anthony Harris, because the Vikings, they definitely can. They got negative $13 million right now in terms of cap space. Hashtag FA, Raiders Dream Team. First off, I don't like using the term Dream Team. I grew up near Philadelphia, so when Vince Young called the Eagles the Dream Team, they went 4-12, horrible year. I'll say for a dream free agency for the Raiders, you go out and get Byron Jones. You sign Cory Littleton. You get another linebacker for the cheap, maybe like Kukowski. And then you go out and maybe get a Malik Collins if he doesn't go back to the Cowboys. I think that's pretty good. You're probably then left with maybe $10 million. You still got to have some money left to pay some of your draft players, so you always got to keep that in mind. Let's go to iDiego_10. What do you think about getting Sammy Watkins? He's young and wouldn't cost as much as Robby Anderson. Also, what do you think about Devondre Campbell from the Falcons? So I'll start with Campbell. To me, Campbell isn't what the Raiders want. The Raiders want linebackers who can cover. And Campbell, to me, is really not a good cover linebacker whatsoever. He's more just a tackler. So for me, I'll pass on Campbell, even though he is coming off a season where he had over 100 tackles. But he's still kind of like in that Tahir Whitehead mold for me. And then in terms of Sammy Watkins, yes, I made a video before that the Raiders could go out and get Sammy Watkins, who is going to get cut by the Chiefs. He's going to make he was going to make 16, 21 million. It's something absurd like that. Third highest cap hit on the Chiefs, so he's gonzo. Yes, he would be cheaper than Robby Anderson, and Sammy Watkins would add a lot of outside speed. Let's go to Sir Lister of Smeg. Make sure that you're using hashtag FA to get your questions here on the show. Could the Raiders afford Cory Littleton and Byron Jones? Yes. So Cory Littleton to me is probably in that 4 years. You're going to see 48, 49, maybe 50 million, okay? So he makes that. And then Byron Jones, I think, is probably going to get a 5-year contract, probably about 16, 17 million. So is it going to be pushing us for a lot of money? Yes, but I still think that the Raiders can afford it because they did just dump 6.25 of Tahir. Let's go to ET, get a picture, or you can phone home. Either way is good for me. Is there any way we can get Jalen Ramsey? So he's not a free agent this year, so if you're going to go out and get Jalen Ramsey, you got to trade for him. I will say this. The biggest reason why about a month ago I said the Raiders shouldn't go out and trade for Darius Slay is because if you really want to save up and you really want to go out and get the cornerback that you won in 2021, It's Jalen Ramsey. He's going to cost a lot of money. But I think Jalen Ramsey is a top 3 cornerback in the NFL who has also said before that he wanted to be a Raider. So if we want to save up and get Ramsey in 2021, hey, I'd be okay with it. So I got a question from all y'all. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? I'm split here. I don't know if I should go out. I don't know what I should do exactly, if I should just chill at home, maybe just drink on the couch. I'm not quite sure. Well, what are you doing for St. Patty's Day? If you do want to find out what I'm doing, I'll post it on my IG. I try to keep you guys up to date on my life, and I try to see what y'all are doing with your lives as well. If you need a T-shirt for St. Patrick's Day, I got you covered. Chatsports.com/RaidersGreen1. That's how you're going to get this shirt. It's under $30, and they're not going to last forever because guess what? St. Patty's Day, just a few days away. Or you can go to chatsports.com/RaidersGreen2, and you can get this T-shirt. Let me know which one you like more. Type 1 for green 1, or you can type 2 for green 2. Again, both T-shirts under $30. Don't go to Party City. Don't go to Walmart looking for just some BS green shirt. Go rep your team, even on St. Patty's Day. Let's go to my man, Dan. What up, Dan? Emmanuel Sanders seems like a good fit for what we need. Him, Williams, top wide receiver in the draft. Thoughts? When I first put out my video of top wide receiver targets for the Raiders, I had Emmanuel Sanders at number 2. And yes, he's going to be 33 years old, but I totally agree. I think he would fit exactly what this Raiders offense tries to do, what John Gruden tries to do, what Derek Carr's the best at. However, I don't see him leaving the 49ers. I'd be actually pretty surprised if he did. But yeah, if we had Emmanuel, Tyrell, and then a top wide receiver like a CD Lamb, that'd be one great wide receiver core. Let's go to Manny. Get a pick. How many Chucky heads getting a linebacker in free agency? 4. It's 4 Chucky heads. I mean, there's no way, right? I mean, there's no way. Like, there's no way you move on from Tahir Whitehead. There's no way that you're more than likely going to cut Vontaze Burfict. There's no way that you're going to let Will Compton test free agency and then not go out and get a free agent. Plus, Mike Mayock's been kind of tipping his hand, I think, a little bit, saying that they're interested in linebackers, that they want versatile linebackers that can cover tight ends. That's why I made this video, okay? That's why I made that one. Let's go to Ricky. Man, guys, come on. Get picks. Turn on your noties. What about signing Littleton, Beasley, and Jones? Draft 2 wide receivers in the first round, and then draft position played 3rd round. So my only fear with Vic Beasley is every single time he's been paid, he's stunk the next year. Every single time he's been waiting for that contract, he's actually played pretty good. I think Vic Beasley's probably going to end up going to a team like, I don't know, the Dolphins, who got a lot of money, can throw a 1-year prove-it deal at him. I think Vic, you're going to have to sign him for maybe like $6, $7, $8 million. But again, he's not the type of linebacker that the Raiders really need. Byron Jones, totally on board for it. Littleton, totally on board. And then 2 wide receivers in the first round. The only 2 wide receivers that I really want in the first round at 12 and 19 are Judy, Lamb, and then Ruggs. 2 out of those 3. That's where I'd go. Kirby on the mic. I'll be honest. I was a little bit more of a Samus fan when I played Super Smash Bros. But Kirby was always pretty good. Should the Raiders go after Gordon or Matt Breida? I mean, if you're asking me to pick, I'm actually going to say Matt Breida because he's going to be a lot cheaper than Melvin Gordon. I do think Melvin Gordon shot himself in the foot a little bit with him trying to sit out and then get paid. Melvin Gordon, though, to me, is going to be a player that's going to be smart if he takes a 1-year deal. Look at his yards per carry. He averaged 3.8 yards per carry last year. Sure, he scored, I believe, 36 rushing touchdowns the last 4 years, but I think that has to do a little bit more with his usage. If I got to pick, though, I'm going to go Matt Breida. So we're coming up right now on 40K subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed and you're watching the show, click sub. Right now we're at 39,380, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck I need to do for 40K subs. So I want you to help me decide. Type your what you guys want me to do in the comments section. So at 10K, I dyed my hair silver. It's on my IG. For 20K subs, I gave my man Kev Week 1 Monday Night Football tickets to go see the Broncos. 30K subs, we did Edward 40 Hands. That one is also on my IG. And I expect to be at 40K subs by next week. If I'm not, I'll be pretty upset. I'll be honest with y'all. But help me decide what you guys want me to do. If you want me to do it here on the show, we'll do it on the show. We just got to keep it, kind of PG-13. Can't get it over that, though. So help me decide and click subscribe and turn on the notifications. Let's go to Alberto. Do you really think giving Carr good receivers is going to stop him from setting up short passes? Dink and dunk Carr. Yeah, I think it would help Derek Carr. I also think, look at the Raiders' offense. Who is he going to throw the ball downfield to? I think that's the one question that people don't ask themselves enough. Who is Derek Carr going to throw the ball downfield to? Because when he had Tyrell Williams, when he was healthy, I mean, we kind of were stretching the ball at least a little bit more than what we were at the end of the year. Then we lose Hunter Renfrow. We don't have our outside speedster. Dwayne Harris battled injuries all year. Trevor Davis, our outside guy that we tried to get to add speed, that didn't work out. Rico Gafford, no offense to him, that's not a player you can rely on to stretch the field. Derek Carr has shown that he can throw the ball down the field. 2015, 2016, he threw the ball down the field. I think the reason why it's a little bit dink and dunk right now is because that's the offense that we have, and that's what he's telling him to do. John Gruden, that is. Telling Derek to dink and dunk it. Luka. What up, Luka? What about Ngakoue? So I talked about Yannick Ngakoue on one of my last shows because somebody put out there that the Raiders could be interested in a trade. I saw a lot of people didn't think that Yannick Ngakoue was worth the first-round pick, which I was very surprised about because, again, he's only 24, about to be 25 in April. If you want to go out and get Yannick Ngakoue, who is going to be franchise tagged by the Jags, he said he doesn't want to play for the Jags. That's why it's a trade rumor. If you want Yannick Ngakoue, you're going to have to pay him probably close to Frank Clark type of money. Now, if you're going to pay him Frank Clark type of money, I would probably make his contract structured like Clark. That way, when Crosby and Cleveland, their contracts are up, you can go pay those guys. But if you want Ngakoue, yeah, you got to give up a first-round pick. So if you guys watch until the very end, I appreciate it. Catch me on Instagram. Hit me up there at Mitchell Renz 365. Let me know that you're subscribed. Let me know that you got your notifications turned on. And if you did watch until the very end, I appreciate it. Tell me how I can make the live shows better. Tell me how I can make the Q&As better. Tell me in general how I could just make the show a whole lot better.
Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.